Hello, everybody. Matthew from therighttrader.com, back again with another cryptocurrency live stream. A lot of stuff going on in the crypto space right now. We have Bitcoin now dropping a bit, and this is not just Bitcoin, guys. The whole market pulled back a lot. We had a good few weeks here where we've been moving higher, but now we got our first more serious pullback. Now, what's a little bit more worrisome here has to do with Bitcoin for once, okay? And you'll notice that in the last 7 days, guys, Bitcoin is down more than Ethereum, and it's down quite a bit, right? It's actually center stage of the drama. Now, what is this drama that I'm talking about? Well, Binance had to close BTC withdrawals amid congestion on the Bitcoin network. Now, this is not Binance's fault, in my opinion. Right, they charge a certain amount to withdraw, and the amount to transact on the Bitcoin network was so expensive that they had to raise it so that they could process the transactions. That's what happened, right? And the Bitcoin mempool was clogged with over 400,000 pending transactions, okay? Now, this has never been seen in history of Bitcoin before. Now, we've had stuff similar to this, but not on this scale, okay? And just to show you how bad it got, right, we're going to look at some of the news pieces. But why was the network so congested? Why was it so clogged? Well, it has to do with Bitcoin's BRC20 token economy, which has now skyrocketed to $279 million in just 4 days. Okay, now what are these BRC20 tokens? What these are inscriptions on the Bitcoin network, and it is the equivalent of all the ERC20 tokens. So, you know, we have Ethereum, and of course we have all the tokens that are built on Ethereum, right? Things like Shiba Inu, Uniswap, etc. So Bitcoin is now getting more DeFi, if you will, through this new creation, which are those BRC20 tokens and the BRC20 economy, right? That includes NFTs, so pictures on the blockchain, or, you know, tokens, right? Now, some of this is good, right? It's bringing more money into the Bitcoin network, but there is a dark side to this, which is that it has now congested the Bitcoin network. So like you always hear often people complain about the Ethereum fees, the gas fees, right? Well, look at this, guys. For over a year now, Bitcoin transactions have cost almost nothing, okay? Literally about $1. I've done many transactions that were 50 cents. It's been extremely cheap to transact on the Bitcoin network until the last week or so, okay, where we went from $1 all the way up to $19 right now, guys. That is a 19x increase, okay? You can see the change just from yesterday is 117%. So the cost to transact on the Bitcoin network has skyrocketed, okay? Now, why is this such a problem? Why is this causing so many concerns? Well, you can see that this is basically the second highest we've ever seen these fees ever. The only other time was at the peak of the bull run in 2021. Why this is worrisome? Well, first off, we're not in a bull run, right? We have a lot of hype with meme coins and stuff like that, and of course now these BRC20 tokens, but we're not in a bull run. So that leads you to think, well, you know, if the Bitcoin gains wider and wider adoption, how bad are these fees going to get, right? Last time we went up to $62. Now, just off these BRC20 tokens, we're already at $20 a transaction. Why is this so big of an issue? Well, that means that if you have $100 on an exchange in Bitcoin, right, and you want to withdraw it to a wallet, which is, you know, usually very smart to do for security reasons, you're going to be paying 20% of your Bitcoin stash to make the transaction. Now, of course, if you have $1 million, right, this $20 fee doesn't matter as much. But if we're working with $50, $100, $200, even up to $1,000, guys, it is very expensive, okay? And actually, smaller transactions, like I just talked about, right, $100 or less, become virtually impossible due to how expensive this fee is, right? So this is an issue, and this has to do with the base layer of Bitcoin. Now, you've probably heard of the Lightning Network. That is one of the potential solutions to this problem. You know, it's not the most ideal solution, but it will probably have to move to that. And Binance did announce that they will be integrating the Lightning Network after this issue happened, right? So this is historical in Bitcoin, right? This is a pretty big fail, so to say, in the history of Bitcoin. And a lot of people think that Bitcoin is done for, right? Because now there's no end to these inscriptions, to these BRC20 tokens. And so the Bitcoin network is going to become more and more flooded with transactions with information. And what does that mean? That means slower transactions and much, much more expensive transactions, as can be seen here on the chart, okay? If you're enjoying this video, you're enjoying the content that I'm talking about, please make sure to smash that like button, and also let me know your thoughts about this issue, this historical failure of Bitcoin, down in the comment section down below. Okay, also make sure to subscribe, guys. We've got a whole bunch of videos coming, and we're just starting the live stream, guys. We haven't even dug into the charts yet. I will talk about this most recent drop. Of course, if you want to support the channel even more, please consider dropping a super chat, guys. You can do that with the $sign emoji in the comment section down below. So, guys, that was the main bit of news for today, is, of course, what's happening with the amount of transactions now and the transaction fees on the Bitcoin network. And this has caused so much fear, guys, and drama in the community that Bitcoin itself did drop because of this, okay? Now, there were some technical reasons as well for the drop, but the most of this drop was caused due to this scare, okay? Now, here's the good news, guys. I have a lot of experience with crypto, with Bitcoin, and I can tell you that yes, short term, right, this worries a lot of people, and it's possible, right, that these Bitcoin fees will increase a bit over the next coming years. But I think overall this scare is short term. Why is that? These Bitcoin fees, even though they do skyrocket sometimes, right, they always come back down to a more normal level, right? Like we've seen here, we've been around $1 or so for over a year, okay, and even back here as well. So I don't think that this is a huge issue to be worried about longer term, right? But yes, maybe for a month, 3 months, 4 months, this could be quite high, right? So avoid doing transactions unless you really need to on the Bitcoin network. That's what I'm going to be doing personally, okay? If you do really need to move money around exchanges or whatnot, you can always do that with altcoins, things like Algorand that have cheaper fees, whatever, right? BNB, there's other coins out there, even XRP, okay? So there's other alternatives to move money around if you need to. Otherwise, just keep your Bitcoin on the exchange until these fees drop. That's going to be the best way to go about this, because there's no point, right? If you have 100, 200 bucks on exchange, there's no point to pay 20% of your Bitcoin stash to move it around. Okay, that's ridiculous. That means that Bitcoin would have to go up 20% just for you to break it even on the transaction fee, right? But it's definitely a shame for crypto in general that this happens. It is a problem with the scalability of these coins and the fees that surge when the blockchain becomes so big and popular. Now, let's talk about the technicals. I drew out a Fibonacci expansion. Okay, now let me say I don't use Fibonacci that often. Okay, I'm very big into technical analysis, but I don't use Fibonacci very often. In this certain circumstance, guys, I think Fibonacci is a great tool, though, with what's happening, and it seems to be very accurate to what we're seeing right now. So this chart is messy, and that's normal. I want to have as many details here as possible, so bear with me with the messy chart. I am actually in a Bitcoin short that I entered about a week ago, I believe, and you can see my exact trade here, right? You know, I entered it right around 28,000, and of course we have dropped from there, but my target is much lower, and it's been moving exactly as planned for right now, which is great. So what caused this drop was, like I said, we were at a pretty top heavy level, right? That $30,000, Bitcoin was having trouble really moving above that and staying above that. And once we got this pretty historical issue with Bitcoin, that was enough fear to cause the price to crash back down. Now, this is not that big of a deal, guys, because I am glad to announce to you that we're not going to be dropping that much, and we're most likely going to see a very nice bounce once we hit our bottom. And our bottom will likely be around $25,000, okay? We could possibly go down to 24,000. I do not see us going lower than that, though. So that's the good news, right? Absolute worst case scenario, and this is really even unlikely, would be 23,500, okay? In terms of what that means from the current price level, my target price, right, is going to be this 25,000 area, about an 8% drop from where we are now. The lowest we could possibly, the smallest amount we could possibly drop is down to here, but I think we're going to lose the support, and I'll explain why. And like I said, right, worst case scenario is going to be about a 13 to 15% drop. Not that big of a deal, guys, because we have, once we hit these lower levels, a lot of upside to go higher. Okay, and that's also something that we're going to be talking about in just a second here. So make sure to hit that like button, guys. We have 0 likes. I want you to support the stream and hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. You're watching the best cryptocurrency channel on YouTube right now. So what is another technical sign that shows us that we're not going to hold this $26,000 area? I will show you right now. We have, on top of everything that I just talked about, an inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay? And the neckline of this pattern is actually this $26,000 support level, which means that based on this setup, we will crash below that and hit that $25,000 area at least, okay? Now, like I said, guys, also based on the technicals, okay, if I take a top to bottom here, guys, you do have to be aware that we could definitely, based on the technicals, see a drop down to, like I said, this lower area of around 23,000. I personally think it's going to be hard for us to drop that low, which is the good news, but it is possible to hit that lower bottom support of 23,000. Like I said, guys, mostly my target is at 25,000, but anything between 23 to 25,000 is probably going to be the bottom of this pullback. Okay, I do want to keep in mind, guys, this drop is a pullback. It is nothing more. This is a historical failure in Bitcoin's transaction fees and everything, but it's just a short-term thing, guys. Just like with this pullback, it's a short-term thing. Why is that? Because right now, guys, actually, we are very strong in terms of Bitcoin's performance, okay? And we can actually see the future fib extensions higher. We are heading, guys, to most likely this $38,000 once we get back above this $31,000 area, okay? So if we can get above 31,000, we're probably going to make a pit stop to 35,000, but our main target is going to be 38 to 39,000, okay? And that might not even be the end of this run yet, because we could be heading later this year all the way up, guys, to a massive $60,000 price target for Bitcoin this year or early next year. So there is still a lot of upside possible, but we need to flush out first. Okay, that's what the chart is showing us. That's what it's telling us. You have it all mapped right here. Okay, you can take a screenshot with your phone. So make sure to hit that like button, guys. Support the stream with a like. And let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. If you've been around Bitcoin, what do you think about what happened? A lot of people are calling, this is the end of Bitcoin. It's a huge disaster. But I think this is just a short-term scare and a short-term kick up in these transaction fees due to how many people are using it and all these inscriptions, all this new stuff with BRC20 tokens, NFTs, etc. on the blockchain network. The Lightning Network is a solution to this. The Lightning Network is a bit controversial. Some people like it, some people don't. I was kind of against it at first, but now I think it's inevitable, guys. The Lightning Network needs to go mainstream, because the base layer of Bitcoin here is just not going to be able to handle all the stuff that's going on. It's just not going to happen, and it's going to be very annoying for regular users like me and you to use the base layer of Bitcoin the way things are going, unfortunately. Unfortunately, the good news is that Bitcoin is looking very good still on the technicals despite this upcoming drop, and Bitcoin is virtually programmed to go to I think $1 million. So we're still talking about great gains ahead, and Bitcoin will, as it looks like to me, be the best store of value on earth in our lifetime, probably, guys. Okay, so use this as an opportunity instead of looking at this as a bad thing. Not financial advice, just my own personal opinion. Now let's talk about some altcoins, guys. What's going on with the altcoin market? Well, first off, here for the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, go ahead and refresh that. We are still have a lot of buy momentum, but like I said, guys, we're going to see a short-term pullback. And as far as those altcoins are concerned, well, I like to pull up my good old heat map, okay? And you're going to see here, guys, that in the last month, Bitcoin and ETH are fairly flat. However, guys, look at the altcoin market. We have, in a lot of cases, some pretty deep red here. XRP deep red, Filecoin deep red, Phantom, Uniswap. There's Matic. They're all deep red, guys, okay? Money has fallen out of some of these altcoins, right? If there's any type of fear or whatever in the crypto markets, altcoins will get hit harder than Bitcoin and ETH, right? That's normal, and that's to be expected, which is why I like Bitcoin and ETH so much, to protect yourself kind of against these moments, right? Because we're talking about huge discounts on altcoins. The good thing is, though, some of these are getting at some really cheap prices, guys, for long-term holders. This is a good time to accumulate, in my opinion. Not financial advice. I'm not personally buying any altcoins specifically right now, except maybe a little bit of Doge, but just be careful out there with altcoins, right? Bitcoin dominance will probably go up quite a bit here, and that is kind of the overview there as far as those altcoins are concerned. Now, if we look here in the last 7 days, top gainers, Pepe still up 167%. It has gotten a pullback. Don't want to talk too much about Pepe in this live stream, though, because I made a lot of videos on it. Might make even a separate video for it, but it has seen a pullback. I still think Pepe is here to stay, guys. It did dip below $1 billion market cap, but like I said, guys, if you can get this on a pretty good dip, it probably will not be a bad buy in my opinion. Now, Pepe is not the only altcoin out there. You know, we have things like Stack seems to be holding up, right, due to everything that's happening with the Bitcoin NFTs. Makes sense, right? This is actually moving higher. Money going into gold here, as you can see by the Tether Gold and Pax Gold. I have a video on my YouTube channel about the best gold cryptos, gold-backed cryptos, which these two, of course, are. Tron doing well, right? Tron should do well because it's so cheap to transact on, right? So I'm sure a lot of people are utilizing Tron right now. So it makes sense where the money is going, to be honest. Now, of course, we saw a lot of hype with all those meme coins this week. Also makes sense, right? If cryptos are being boring, right, which a lot of altcoins are, well, guess what? They're going to put their money into something that's hopefully going to pump, like Pepe token, okay? And that's what caused a lot of the Pepe rise. What is dumping? Terra Luna, no point in talking about this. I think Do Kwon just got sentenced or something. I didn't see the full news on that, but it's crashing. But yeah, I mean, altcoin market is kind of crashing here, guys, especially these smaller altcoins. You know, Render Token, Conflux, Optimism, Immutable X down 20% here in the last 7 days, guys. That's no joke. That's a pretty big drop. Phantom down 14%. And these are some of the better altcoins, right? Decentraland, Sandbox, GMX, they're dropping, guys. They're dropping a lot. Some people are thinking this is a bit of a short-term top in the crypto market. We still are nicely above $1 trillion in total market cap. I think we're going to recover from this as well, but Bitcoin will, of course, be the first to recover, and it still has a way to move lower. So altcoins will probably move lower as well first, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at the more detailed chart of Ethereum, which, by the way, Ethereum has been doing quite well here. You know, you do have to keep in mind that it's dropped a decent amount less than Bitcoin, okay, which is important to mention. And zooming out here, we have a couple things going on, guys. We have a couple things going on. So one of the first things that we have is our Elliott wave pattern, okay, which I had drawn out very nicely here. And you know, you could discuss a little bit about this pattern right here, right? It seems like what the chart is telling us is maybe this is the bottom, right? And we move up from here. So from this 1850 level that we're at right now. Or we could go back a little bit lower, right? Something like this would be the fourth wave and then move higher. Regardless, though, guys, I still think we have one last big push here for Ethereum left. And I think that could probably push us up to this $2,500 level, right? So even from the current price, guys, juicy trade here for ETH, to be honest with you guys. 40% move possible, and if you're able to get this on a bigger dip, guys, that's going to be an over 50% move. Keep an eye out for that, guys. Keep an eye out for that, okay? I'm telling you right now, ETH is actually looking quite nice right now with its setup. You know, arguably nicer than Bitcoin's setup, to be honest with you. I like the fact of how clean the chart is, much more clean and neat than Bitcoin's chart, and it's moving, you know, in line with what's drawn out here, what I drawn out on the chart. We can see that we're on support here. We could get that little dip to the uptrend line, but either way, guys, we've got a lot of nice upside left, right? We didn't even come to the top of this box left, so that's a 20% gain just to that, but I really think we're hitting this $2,500 level afterwards, and that could come, you know, within the next 3 months quite easily. That's even a little bit of a long-term out target, right? That could really happen in the next month or two, depending on how things go. Doc Cube, first comment of the day. Thank you for your comment. I really appreciate it. I love when there's more people interacting and talking in the comment section down below. So thank you for your comment, Doc Cube. I haven't seen you before on the channel, so welcome. Hopefully you're a subscriber if you weren't already. BTC versus Tron. Well, the thing is, first off, let me say they're both two very good coins, to be honest. They're two, however, very different coins, right? Bitcoin is store of value, digital gold, right? And everything that comes with Bitcoin being the biggest cryptocurrency out there and most likely the safest. Tron, however, is a crypto that is very overlooked right now, but it can only be overlooked for so long, okay? Because it's been extremely stable. China might heavily back this cryptocurrency, Chinese investors, and it has actually been holding up pretty well in the last year, okay? So there are a lot of bullish things for Tron, and I think, you know, in terms of proof of stake coins, altcoins, Tron is probably one of the best ones. I would actually rank it top 5 right now, guys. Top 5, and a lot of people are ignoring it. So hopefully that answers your question, Doc. Thank you for your comment. Gordon is asking about Secret. This is a token that was pretty hot in the bull run. But like I said, guys, be careful with certain of these altcoins. Now, Tron is a bit different, right? Tron has a lot of total value locked behind it. There's a lot of reasons why Tron should not drop and actually move higher. And you can see the total value locked over here, which is actually increasing still. And something like Secret, it's a whole different playing field, right? That's already a smaller crypto, carries a lot more risk with it. But let's take a look at what's happening with that coin. It's at $100 million. Not much, guys, right? It's kind of falling off a cliff. It's very flat because people are not going to go into a smaller coin like this with the current market conditions. Okay, I'm sorry to be harsh, but that is the reality of these coins, and I want to tell you guys the truth. Okay, I'm not just gonna lie about altcoins to make you happy. Okay, now, like I said, right, it depends of the altcoins, right? Not all altcoins are made equal. You know, like I said, XRP has a lot of value right now with the way things are going. Tron as well. There was another one that I was looking at, right? Monero, see, it didn't even drop in the last 7 days. Why is that? Well, it's being used as a bit of a hedge, okay, compared to Bitcoin and everything that's going on. So you notice these things, but at the end of the day, guys, Bitcoin and ETH are going to be the safest plays out there. Look at that. ETH now going green in the last 7 days again, okay? So that has to do with the ETH chart, right? Potential bit for a little bit more pullback. We could actually bottom right here, but possible with Bitcoin looking like it's going to drop a bit more. Possible that we do hit that, you know, about maybe 1680 or so, something like that on the chart. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at XRP. We always cover Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP, and of course any other coins that you want us to look at. We have Fab Falon asking about Cardano. No problem, I'll take a look at Cardano. Great coin to take a look at. Just let me take a look at XRP. And actually, XRP and Cardano actually tend to move pretty similarly, so we'll see if there's some similarities there. Now, ooh, this is interesting, guys. This is interesting. XRP peaked out up here. We have dropped since then, right, due to the pullback, which actually, this was a pretty big pullback, guys. This was a pretty massive, you know, 30% pullback. We are now back. I didn't want to see it move back into this, guys, but XRP always does this, to be honest. It moved back into its bigger consolidation. This could last another 3-6 months. We actually did the same exact thing back here, and it looks like it's happening again, guys. So could start trading range bound here. Unfortunately, I don't expect it to drop below 35 cents. If it does, though, it could get pretty worrisome. We could literally fall to 10 cents if that happens. That means that probably most of the crypto market would be falling quite a bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano. Since it has been requested. Thank you again for your comments, guys. I love reviewing the coins that you asked me to look at. And please, guys, if my videos are helpful to you, consider dropping a super chat. You are helping to support the channel, you're helping my hard work, and you're allowing the Right Trader to continue running and producing the best crypto videos out there for you guys and live streams. So please, guys, consider dropping a super chat. Any amount helps. You can do that just by clicking that little dollar icon in the comment section down below. Cardano, well, I do like Cardano quite a lot. Why is that? Because I feel like money is shifting to some of the bigger coins in the crypto space, right? Which is why I'd say right now, it's very good idea to stay within top 15 cryptos, okay? Top 15 cryptos. And of course, guys, Cardano is a top 10. It's also a coin with a lot of history. It's been around for some time now, okay? Actually, quite some time, 3 years now. And has performed overall pretty well since, okay? Now, what I like about Cardano is where it is price-wise. So let me go ahead and pull up a longer-term chart here. Just bear with the messiness, guys. You know, what's going on with Cardano? Well, we peaked out and we've come very, very low since, okay? Now, it is possible that this is kind of the rectangle consolidation area, like with what I was showing you with XRP, where we could just start trading in this for a long time, or, you know, maybe a couple months. Could we fall lower down to 15 cents or so? It's not impossible, right? But that means that Bitcoin would probably go back to 16K if that were to happen, or even lower. And I'd say that would be a pretty screaming buy for Cardano, because then you could really catch a monster move afterwards. And to be honest, guys, even from the current price level, if you like Cardano long term, this is a good spot to dollar cost average. Not financial advice, just my own personal opinion. Is there hope for Cardano to move higher in the shorter term? Well, it's tricky, right? It's tricky because right now we need to see where is the money going to go into, and we know that it's going to be Bitcoin or ETH first and foremost. Cardano will probably start pumping when it's altcoin season. However, when it is altcoin season, guys, Cardano will pump quite a lot, and it's a safe play for altcoin season, right? I'd rank it a top 3 play, guys. Top 3 play for altcoin season when it is altcoin season, okay? There's indicators online to show you when it is altcoin season. We're not there yet, right? We're in Bitcoin season, but take a look at that, guys. Cardano is a safe play for altcoin season. Thank you for your comment, Fab. And guys, please hit that like button. We're at 4 likes. Really do appreciate it. Any other coins you want me to take a look at, just let me know down in the comment section down below, guys. Always will give you the time of day to look at your coins. If you want to help support the channel, guys, please drop a super chat. I also wanted to give you guys a bit of an update. I've been posting a lot on Instagram, right? The Right Trader on Instagram. Go follow me. We're now at 40 followers, which is awesome. Just posting some short stuff, some memes, and some cool short videos here about what's going on, market news, stuff like that. Of course, if you don't already, go follow me on Twitter, guys. That's where I post a lot of stuff. And of course, if you want to learn technical analysis trading, there's always my technical analysis master course, guys. Great reviews on this. Take advantage. Now, that is the rundown for most of those cryptos, guys. Litecoin, I saw it trending, right? We are on a pullback for Litecoin. I do like Litecoin at cheaper levels, guys. I like the fact that it's a proof of work coin. There's not that many of those coins nowadays. So even right now, right, that's a pretty nice pullback buy. But if we get lower, if we get down to $60 or so, or anything lower than that, very, very good buy long term right now, in my opinion, right? Especially considering the way the market is moving, etc. I do like it. I do like it a lot. Just be aware that, you know, we could maybe drop a little bit more, but not that much more, okay? Which is the good thing with Litecoin here. Fab is asking, bear bull ETH. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you asking if I am bearish or bullish on ETH? Please clarify your comment so I can give you the best answer possible. Thank you to our live 6 viewers, by the way. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and the support. And hopefully you're getting valuable knowledge from what I'm talking about here, right? From everything we talked about with these Bitcoin fees, the historical significance behind what happened, right, with the amount of clogged transactions, etc., right? That's big stuff. Now, of course, if you're the everyday crypto investor, maybe you can look past this, but if you want to be aware of what's going on in crypto and also explain what has caused this short-term drop, it's good to keep up with this type of news, guys. And also, you know, technically a bit of a buying opportunity, right? Because we know that these short-term dips, especially when they're caused from stuff like that, that's short-lived, right? Short-lived fears in crypto are the best buying opportunities, right? Look at this back in the past. These fees never stay too high for that long. Even if they did stay, let's say around 10 bucks, the Lightning Network is here, guys. It is usable. Many exchanges already have integrated it. You can also look into wallets that support the Lightning Network. And yeah, those are your best ways to handle this situation with Bitcoin, guys. But remember, hodl your Bitcoin. Don't throw it away based on stupid fees short term, right? Just keep it safe, keep it cozy. You will probably thank yourself later in the future. Not financial advice, right? I'm talking to myself when I'm saying this because I've made those mistakes before, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, guys, we're coming up on 28 minutes. I'm going to wrap up this live stream. Really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.